All right, let's try this again, shall we? Okay, so in the editor, I made a new class, C++ class, just called Projectile. I was just an actor. So make an actor here, and I named it Projectile. We'll go ahead and open that up. So in the header file here, I included static mesh component and the 2D character, and then I created variables for those two. And then in the C++ class, I'm including constructor helper and gameplay statics. Constructor helper is so I can get the mesh and set it in code, and gameplay statics is so I can cast to the character to set my mesh character variable. Right. So here I'm basically initializing the static mesh component. I'm creating a default sub object, setting it to the root component, and then here I'm casting to the player using gameplay static so I can use get player character. So he's set. And then here's my constructor helper with my mesh. So if we look, I just made like a basic cube mesh out of BSP. You right click here and click copy reference. And then you can just paste that right in there. And then here I'm grabbing the projectile and I'm setting the static mesh of the component to the mesh.object, which is this. And then here on tick, I have a add local actor offset, and I'm using the X axis, and it's just basically this will be the speed. So if you set this to 5, it'll be slower, 3, you know, whatever. So raise and lower that value depending on how you want to set it up. Okay, and then here in the character, I have a function that I added called fire. And that is it for that. And then in the the character C++ file, I included the projectile.h. And I also created a new input component, bind action, and I bound it to that fire function that I made, which is down here. So here I'm creating a new vector, a local vector called LOC, and I'm getting the actor location of the 2D character, the rotation of the 2D character, and then I'm setting up spawn parameters, and then I'm just basically spawning in this actor, right? So spawn actor, a projectile, location, rotation, and spawn info, which is all right here, okay? So what you could do is add an arrow component, move that arrow component into the position where you want the objects to spawn in, and then get the world location of that arrow component rather than just the actor location, okay? And that's pretty much it. Inside here, project settings, and you want to create an input, action input called fire, because that is what this is referencing here. Okay, so this is the event, this is the input. So this technically should say like fire input, and then here would be fire input, so on. So I have that bound to left mouse button, and if we hit play, you can say I can fire. And then when I turn around, I can fire the opposite direction. And the reason for that is because I'm spawning it based on the actor's rotation and location. Okay, location and rotation. So yeah, that's it. Thanks.